All right, ladies and gentlemen, hockey is back at Tim Hortons. NHL hockey cards are back, and you could get them. And I'm just having a difficult time opening my hockey card pack right now. So why don't you guys go ahead and start? Because we had some good ones last year. Oh, sure.
I got Macklin Celebrini
right off the top. All right.
And then that's followed by Nick Suzuki and Mackenzie Weegar.
Mackenzie Weegar, taken too late in basically every fantasy.
He is always taken too late.
Way too late.
Yeah.
He gives you stats in every category. I got Four Nation Faceoff and potential Olympian Seth Jarvis.
Nice.
I got Monumental Moments, and it's Nico Hischier. And future double-digit moneymaker Alex Tuck.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big. Okay, for me, very quickly, goalie etchings. I gotta look. Check this out. ISO me in here, Maddie. Look at this.
Ooh.
Bobrovsky. Look at that.
But it's Bob.
But it's
I was like, cool card. But it's Bob.
It's a shame that we only got the goalie that has gone to 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals. We got Leaf killer David Pastrnak.
Get someone I like.
And then noted Alan Walsh client, Jonathan Huberdeau.
Thank
we like
you.
him. We like him. So here's the deal. Cards are back at Tim's. And also, don't forget to put them in this nice collectible little jacket here where we've already put ours. You see? And you can buy them today at your local Tim Hortons. Visit your local Tim Hortons or download the Tim's app to start collecting Tim Hortons NHL trading cards today. Let's start the show.
SDPN, the Steve Dangle Podcast, with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Let's go! Okay, so we've been keeping secrets from Steve.
I'm mad about it.
So there are 3 people at this company, I guess 4, that know about it. So it's me and Jesse. Alan obviously knows about this guest. Justin Fisher knows about this guest because I had to tell him because he's doing a social media post at 12 noon.
Today.
To announce this guest.
Oh, so like momentarily because I arrived late.
Yes. So, Steve, before we get into who this might be, do you have a guess?
Yeah. So Jesse teased it like, oh man, wait till you see what we have for you. But then he didn't tell me, which is way meaner than just simply not telling me.
Great job, Jesse.
And so he talked it up. And Alan is so ridiculously well connected that my first guess, and I wasn't kidding, was Mark Carney.
Not quite at Mark Carney's level.
Well, like, I mean, he's hockey adjacent.
Yeah, to be fair, though, I think Mark Carney, as nice of a guy as he seems to be, I don't know that he'd make for the most electric podcast.
No,
Yeah.
or have the time.
Who's your second guess?
Second guess. Oh, man. What's his Marty Walsh?
Marty Walsh.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And
Yeah.
we'd have some. I'd have him pronounce words in Bostonese.
Yeah.
But
Ciao, Dan. Sorry.
I like the way he says players. Players. The Players
I'm
Association.
surprised you didn't go GB.
I thought about it,
GB?
and that's what that pause was. I stopped myself because I'm like, well,
Great Britain.
unless it's a fist fight.
What is it? What's GB?
Gary Bettman.
Oh yeah, right. See, like Gary would come on our show. Come on.
No, Gary does media appearances. He's been on other podcasts.
Yeah, you just have to be a rights holder and somewhat friendly.
Yeah, well, it's not unreasonable to think that one day that could be a guest on AP. But I thought you would have guessed that, but you didn't go that direction.
Okay, give me. Can I have a field? Like, is this a musician?
Hockey.
No.
It's not an act.
No.
Hockey.
I'd rather do the reveal than a long drawn out guessing game.
What is it?
We're gonna do 20 questions. Do you want to go to the text that I sent you?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Mark Carney. And then you said JD Vance. And I said something very mean.
No, we don't have enough eye makeup for that.
What's the text before can I guess?
Alan has tremendous pull. Is that a clue?
Who is it?
Alan has tremendous pull.
Adam, do you want to reveal?
Let's let the picture reveal, and then we'll see Steve's reaction. Okay?
Is it going up on the screen? Here, I'll
Yep.
block Jesse's.
No. You can. I want to see a real reaction to this. Ready?
Yeah! That's sick!
Who is it, Steve?
Brad
Anybody-
Treliving!
Sorry, also known as
Rad Treliving!
no.
Brad!
and also known as
Tree?
Tremendous.
Tremendous. Oh,
Wow.
that's good.
Tremendous pull. I put that Easter egg in there for you, and you never noticed.
So we had Brad Treliving.
Oh.
Yeah, I said tremendous pull.
You son of a gun. My first thought was the captain of the Canadian tug of war team.
If anybody out there got that hint, let me know.
I
Let me know
don't
in the
think
comments.
There's going to
anyone
be,
did.
Jesse, I think there's going to
Somebody.
be a lot of people that claim they did, but are full of shit.
Yeah, you probably saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
So you've
I
already
would've got that. I would have got that.
You've already recorded.
It's coming out tomorrow.
You son of a gun. Wow. Good pull.
Good pull by Alan, right?
That's all
He'd
out.
been working for weeks to get that.
So how long did you have him?
An hour?
An hour of questions with Brad Treliving.
Yes.
And you didn't ask me to ask any of them.
No. Well,
Okay,
because
that's great.
it was not.
What are you going to ask that Adam and Alan can't ask?
How are you going to
You
win a
got
cup?
secret questions you're going to ask Brad?
What trade are you
What's wrong
making
with
right
you?
now? What trade are you making next week?
Nobody's going to see this one coming.
Yeah, like
said
what?
Steve.
I'm so smart. I'm so fucking smart. That's why I was late. Couldn't
What
fit
is
my
it?
big brain in the building.
What's your question?
Yeah. What's your big question
What's your
for Brad?
big question that Adam couldn't think of?
Do you eat for free at Boston Pizza?
Oh, you know what? I did not ask that. That's a good question.
I'm happy.
It's a great question.
I'm happy that question wasn't used.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to say, "Do you know who I am?" at a Boston Pizza location?
I think he would have hung up on the call.
We're trying to be professional here.
Yeah.
You know?
He would have exited the Zoom immediately.
No, he's 6'5", just like you. So I'd be like, "How's the weather up there?" You know, that's a really good question.
By the way, before the interview, though, he recognized Jesse. He's like, oh, I've seen you around.
Oh, there you go.
People say that.
No, he's seen you, Jesse.
We've shaken
Oh,
hands.
yeah, Jesse. There's a
hopefully.
lot of 6'5" guys
I wasn't
like you
standing on the Zoom.
walking around at friggin' Maple Leafs practice.
It's Jesse Myrtle, end of list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we have I was gonna say the average height is probably skewed by Myrtle and I, but it's not like a small button.
By the way, did you see James Myrtle's picture last night at the Leafs game? He put it up on the Instagram.
Yes.
He has a beard. He looks like CJ now.
It's beards, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, Jesse, man. You and CJ are having an effect on that Leafs press corps. Is it because you guys want to be
that it?
scarier? You want to run more players out of
This
town?
is a weird aside. I feel like I don't know why you decided to get this story.
I'm sorry. Are you new to this
is,
show? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. We're
yeah.
always just straight down. Anyway,
all right.
Brad Treliving coming out what time tomorrow, Jesse? What show is
9 a.m. on our YouTube channel.
There you go.
I am retweeting that right now.
Well, it's not up yet.
It's not.
Oh, that
the
was
tease.
just-
The tease is up at noon.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a draft tweet, dude.
Yeah, 9 a.m. If you're looking out for Brad Treliving on SDPN, subscribe to Agent Provocateur wherever you get your podcasts. It's the most underrated hockey podcast that's going in the industry right now. Alan's on there every single time, dropping intense knowledge about the game. He predicts the future of where the NHL is going, and years later we find out he's right. And then he gives all this inside info on how the league actually works. And Adam's just sitting there asking like tremendous questions on like how these things work, and they break it down. The episodes when they're on just the two of them are fantastic. And then when they have these great guests, you get like how the agent relationship works with the general manager. It's such a fantastic podcast.
He was the
Please
first
subscribe.
person to say publicly that the salary cap was going into the $95 to $97 million range.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying it was going to be 97, but they decided not to adjust at the last minute. So it's 95.5 this year. But what I've seen a bunch of reporters say since, and it's true, is that the numbers for the next 2 years are supposed to be what they are, but in actuality, they will probably be higher. And Alan has said that. He's like, they could go $2 to $3 million higher each year. And so, you know, it's
the way teams are behaving, I think they think it too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So and we can talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, Jess is right. Like Alan comes on and he says stuff and I'm like, oh, like you can't get this from like Alan's not an insider in the traditional sense, but he's like a guy inside the game who
He's more inside than the insider.
Yes.
I don't think people realize that. Like the insiders get the information from
people
the
like
people like Alan who are in the inside. But we have someone literally doing the negotiations. You mentioned Jonathan Huberdeau in the Tim Hortons ad. He did that contract. Like that person is giving you information on how this league works.
That's
and
crazy.
It's better than any insider podcast.
people were guessing.
I'm being honest here.
People were guessing in the on my Leaf stream last night who it was going to be. And they were like, oh man, people were getting close. They were like GMs and stuff.
Did anyone get it right?
No, nobody got it right.
Wow.
Not one. But they were starting to be like, oh, maybe Bill Guerin, maybe Bill Armstrong, Doug Armstrong, maybe Steve Eisman, whatever. And I'm like, all of those people have been on.
We've had those people.
They've all been there. Actually, the Steve Yzerman and Bill Guerin episodes particularly are awesome.
Yeah.
Because like we get down to like nuts and bolts with Steve Yzerman in a way that you're like, you never, like, I found out what it was on his workout playlist. Like, that's you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of...
That's such a funny visual.
Yeah. So he was...
Because
I liked Yzerman a lot. It makes it hard to criticize the Red Wings because I'm like, damn, I like that man a lot.
You ever picture something and the first draft in your mind doesn't make any sense?
Oh,
Like, he still has glasses on at the time.
Yeah.
Like, to me...
And Bill Guerin was hilarious because he was photographed earlier that day when we did the interview taking a phone call on the bench at practice. And like, so he's standing on the bench at practice watching the Minnesota Wild practice, and he's on the phone, and a reporter snapped a picture, and it was like a day or two before trade deadline, which is crazy that he made time for us then.
Right.
And I said, Bill, did you see the picture of yourself? And he's like, no, where was that? And I was like, well, it's on social media. And I'm like, you were on the phone, were you talking trades or something? And he's like, I'm not sure if people are aware of this, but I like have a family too. So it was just, there's some great golden moments. Brad was excellent.
Here, I got it.
Here it is.
There's a picture of you going viral on Twitter right now. You taking a phone call on the bench at morning skate this morning. So that's how intense things are from a media side.
Yeah, you were talking to me. You were talking to me.
Jeez, I do have friends. I do have other things going on. Other people do call me. So,
I don't believe that for a second, Mr. Gwayne.
Can I get credit for pulling that?
That's a great pull, Jesse. I don't know how you pulled that.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Blake, fucking quick on the draw, man. Let's go. The other thing I want to mention, we got the Rec Room, and that's next weekend live. Rec Room at Roundhouse.
Rec Room.
At Roundhouse.
But you got to say the first part.
There are 55 unique arcade games and a whole bunch of other stuff too. But like, you know, obviously we're doing a show and whatever. And don't forget to check out their Spicy Pickled Caesar or their Mango Margarita. And they have a Boba Fett for Star Wars fans out there.
Hey, no.
Made from strawberry boba, and a Schools Out tropical coconut pineapple splash. Delicious.
I'm getting that.
Yeah.
That sounds
Do you like
incredible.
it? Do you like a sweet drink, or do you like more of a... Like, I'm more of a Caesar guy.
I like a sweet drink, but specifically pineapple is delicious.
Okay. Now, if you want to buy tickets, they are available in the link in the description of the audio or video portion of this podcast. You can buy them there. So we are looking forward to seeing you. That's going to be a big, big game. And I think the Leafs are playing the Kraken that night.
Oh.
Yes. So you can stick around after and watch.
Can I make an observation?
Sure.
You guys both have the sexy morning time voices of guys who did streams.
Jesse,
last night.
especially. Jesse, you're like over there sounding like Demi Moore, man. Like, damn. Hello.
Demi Moore.
Yeah.
What?
She's known for a raspy voice. You guys didn't know that?
Yeah, I probably sound a little sick, but I'm just, my vocal cords are shot.
Hey, you want to pull something? Can you pull your scream when the Jays won last night?
Oh my goodness.
Go to the live stream.
Are we
pull
doing
that-
Jays before
We're doing
Leafs?
Jays right now.
I
Yes,
don't
we're
know.
doing Jays right now.
I feel like Leafs played the first game of the season.
No, Jays first. And here's what I want to say, because I got a couple of things that are funny. Okay. Well, I'm just doing like a taster of Jays. We can do deep dive on Jays later. Okay. But I want to get Jesse's scream, and I want to show you something else. But I want to say this. I have been heartbroken in the playoffs many times. Jesse and Steve, they've been heartbroken in the playoffs many times by the Leafs and by the Raptors and by the Blue Jays, right? The Jays, though, it's been a bit more of a clown show, because it's like, you know, a couple of years ago at Thanksgiving, they give up an 8-1 lead, right? Stuff like that.
I didn't care for that.
Yeah, that was not my favorite day.
No.
But to see them win was amazing. To see the Yankees content creators lose, I have to say, just an unbelievably impressive job of great content on a crash show. It's just hit after hit after hit.
I don't have one more time. Oh, you mean duh? Yankees lose.
No, I'm
Love
talking about
it.
Yankee fans going, this friggin' team.
They have been
unbelievable.
Yankees fans have been amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I'm sure if the Jays were getting their asses kicked, it would have been torture.
Yeah.
But dude, they've been like, not even in a Schadenfreude way.
No.
They know how to lose. Like it is a skill.
Yeah.
I don't Sometimes I think I do. Other times I think I don't. But they're so funny and self-deprecating and like
not until they lose. Once they lose,
there's a few of them that were just awful the whole time. But like most of them I thought were like pretty analytical throughout the beatings.
It was good. It was good. Now
that the series is over and the Blue Jays did it, it's okay to say that this is better that it was against the Yankees as opposed to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I wasn't rooting for either team to win, but secretly I was hoping that the Jays had the opportunity to beat up the Yankees, and they did, and it was awesome. And it was was it Shapiro? I forget if it was Shapiro or Atkins who was talking yesterday, but I think it was Atkins. He was saying how the second best place to win this series was in Yankee Stadium. Number one, it would have been Rogers Center at home.
Of course.
But on planet Earth, the second best place is in front of those Yankee fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the energy I want from my front office.
Man,
it was awesome. He was like seeing those 30 guys out there in a silent stadium celebrating was the best feeling ever. And I was like, yes, inject it into my veins. It was awesome.
All right, play this clip because this is
all right,
crazy.
this was me. Why I can't talk today.
Will this be different for Jeff Hoffman? 0-2 against Bellinger.
You sound
2
fine.
outs. Ball low. 1-2 now. 2 out. Strike out! Game! Blue Jays for the first time since 2016. The Toronto Blue Jays are going back to the American League Championship Series. Jeff Hoffman gets the save. The biggest save of his life. The biggest win of this Blue Jays era. They've done it. Let's play Olay. They knock off the New York Yankees, and there were no Yankees fans left in the Bronx
They
to
left
witness
early.
this one.
Yeah, they
They
did.
all left early. Have fun in Cancun, Yankees. Today was a bullpen game for the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen held the supposedly best lineup in the American League to 2 runs. 9 innings of relief pitching won this game for the Blue Jays. Everybody in Toronto, if you see Jazz Chisholm, buy him a beer for that error.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. By the way, Jess, when you scream, and this is dating back 10 years, I'm always in pain for you because there are people that could scream and like Steve screams and you do lose your voice eventually, but Jesse screams with like a buzzsaw attached. And I remember I was standing beside him at a Marlies game. What's Duke? Duke's the mascot,
When
right?
I was telling Duke to dab.
And Steve was, I hear it. I'm just like, everybody's like, Duke, and I hear beside me, Duke, dab on him, Duke. And it's from this 6 foot tall skyscraper, 6'4" tall skyscraper next to me. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I think there's a certain range my throat can't get to, so it just kind of craps out.
If you play the scream again, right at 2016,
It hurts to listen.
when you say 2016, that's when you know it's fried.
Yeah.
It's
2016.
it's the voice equivalent. It's the voice equivalent of having a spoonful of soup that's too hot and being like, "Did I burn it? I burned it. Fuck." You're not sure you burned it right away.
Ball.
Oh my god.
Game! Blue Jays for the first time since 2016.
There it is. You blew it on Blue Jays, but you knew you blew it on 2016.
Amazing. I have to say
That's
too,
fun. That was fun last night.
it was awesome to watch, and the because we had dueling streams, we didn't know how that was going to go.
It was great.
It went awesome, and then what we did was, as soon as my stream ended, we did a pass through to Jesse's, and it was crazy because I was like, how many of these people are just watching on different devices in the same? Turns out it was like 2 separate audiences, and what was amazing was Jesse had this huge bump, like influx of Leaf fans coming in, and then it grew from there. Like it got even bigger.
Yeah. So, Steve, you might not understand this, but when the Jays are doing well,
Yes.
the numbers go up. And when the Jays are doing bad, the numbers go down.
Whoa.
People don't tune in to watch the Jays lose games. They just walk away.
Well, people like you.
Yeah, people don't tune in for me for like the schadenfreude of watching me be really upset at my team for the last, 19 seasons
Yes.
of LFR.
Yeah.
So when the Jays do well, my numbers spike. So as the game was going along and there was 2-1 for the whole game, and then they go up 4-1, and and I see the numbers go up. And it's such a different reality as opposed to the Leafs things because the game's getting more out of hand and the numbers keep going up. The biggest numbers we had were Saturday during the blowout and Sunday during the blowout.
Of course.
And as the leads ballooned to like 6, 7, 8, 9 runs, more people tuned in for that to watch us dunk on the Yankees and score more runs. It's a magical experience. I love it.
I'd be curious, like if more people tune in, like you get a bases loaded scenario, and people are like, "Oh, okay, I got to watch this." Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think like people don't have that feeling of, oh, they're gonna lose.
Oh, some of
that there is that from the Toronto sports fan, but this team is so likable and so much fun that people believe in them, and they want them to do well, and there isn't that disdain in the back of their mind, even though there is that from like this era of Blue Jays time. You talked about it off the top, like they haven't won a postseason game until this year. But it's been a complete 180 with how they've played this season, and the characters on the team have really gotten everybody hyped about it.
I don't know what there is to complain about that series. You know, like obviously you like to hold on to the lead in Game 3, but like,
right? But I mean, winning that many games in a row in the playoffs against really good teams is hard to do.
Yeah, and the
Yankees are really good. Like they tied us for the division win. We just had the tiebreak.
If errors are going to decide the series, the Jays were always going to win it.
Yeah, and it did. And by the way, that errors decided Game 3. I don't care what anyone says. It was. It was.
That's the reason the Jays lost.
Yeah.
And then Game 4 rolls around, and the Yankees do
one error.
When Buck said, the Yankees, they're not a good team. When he said that, I mean, you got to be able to play the.
We got to do the time check. About 22 minutes in.
I think it took a little longer than it did last game.
It was 9 minutes last time, I think.
Wow.
Bake them away, toys. It was.
You got to do Cam Schittler. Because they had that slip up. I know Dan did one
Cam
too.
Hitler?
Cam Schittler, Schlittler at the mound for the Yankees.
I think somebody called him accidentally Cam Hitler on. I think it was David
That was
Ortiz.
David Ortiz. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a rough last name.
Yeah.
But speaking of, Jesse, can you bring that Twitter account up? Because Cam Schlittler is from Massachusetts. And that's kind of hilarious because he had like
Schlittler?
Schlittler. He had the game of his life against the Boston Red Sox.
Cam Schlittler?
And they said, oh, they'll be talking about that game for a long time. Nobody's talking about that game anymore. But once the Jays won, what did he change his profile picture and cover photo to on Twitter? This is funny.
That's pretty funny.
It's a Boston Bruins logo and the TD Garden in the background. Because ultimately he's a Bruins fan, and that makes sense.
Is very
it's
funny.
A good troll. I like
that. Is very funny.
Yeah, it was a magical moment for him last round when he got to eliminate the Boston Red Sox. Like
cool.
His whole family was there, and he was like, I got a bunch of texts in the morning, and it was people on both sides of it telling him to like throw it for the Red Sox, just sell out for them or like eliminate them. So it was a cool moment for him, and yeah, now he's just full hockey mode.
So we're going to go full hockey mode, and then we'll come back to the Jays. But Brad Treliving joining us on AP.
Let's go.
Tomorrow. Let's talk about the Leafs. Let's just start with the fact that the game was a mess. Absolute mess on both sides.
The first game of the season.
It was so first game.
Oh, my God.
And, did you see the Leafs put Berube's post-game speech on their TikTok? And he's like, it wasn't a great game, and we know that. And there's a lot to clean up, and we know that. And
a pass, my kingdom for a pass.
Well, it was interesting hearing some of the breakdowns afterwards, because people like, on the air, you got to say something. But I was surprised how many people didn't learn my lesson last year. And if you remember, in the fall, this is me taking my own medicine, because you guys corrected me big time, and you were right. I was like, what the F is going on with the Leafs power play? If you remember, it was one of the coldest in the league. It was terrible.
It was awful.
10 weeks.
It was really bad.
And then they went on like a tear from, I don't know, early to mid-December until like mid-January. And I'm still beaking off about it. And Jesse's like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but for the last 4 weeks, it's the hottest in the league. And they never really looked back.
They finished 8th on the season, which is more impressive because of the fact that for like 2 months it was deep into the.
It was like 29.
It was bad,
and
it was extremely bad.
Because the lazy talk. I'm going to call it lazy. It's a lazy talking point what are they going to do without Mitch Marner on the power play thing. This is a team that that had Morgan Rielly run the power play in the Mitch Marner era more than Mitch Marner did. Morgan Rielly ran it longer.
He was
than
back
Marner.
there most of the time.
Most of the time. It's only been the last 2 or 3 years
And
where
Mitch-
Marner's been the quarterback.
Mitch did a very good job. He did
Absolutely.
he's a forward playing D. Like all those oh man, I don't remember, but it was an analytically inclined writer said in another universe, Mitch Marner would be Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
Right? He wouldn't have grown up playing forward. They would have trained him at D and, similar skill sets. And there's probably some Lane Hudson in there too. He did a great job back there. They gave up probably more shorthanded opportunities than most teams, but he did a good job.
And so I know Leaf fans are tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Let's just dispel it. The reality is that Morgan Rielly ran this, and I have not been the biggest fan of Morgan Rielly, especially last year. But man, he looked good
Neither
last
was
night.
he.
And no, neither was he. And so when you hear that, I know everybody's going to groan and roll their eyes and all that stuff. It'll be like a month before the Mitch Marner stuff well and truly goes away on traditional broadcasts, I think.
A month?
You don't think it'll
That's
be all season?
All season.
Really?
Because like the game, you got to think is not till the new year, right? They play in January. I think is the first time.
It's just not.
So that's going to carry on. And then when you get that game, that'll be like the peak of the hype. And then it'll die down from there. But then
we'll have the Olympics.
Mitch Marner has a little end of the season. He's like, oh, Selke conversation. Leafs fans, look at yourself. You think it's all year. All year. It's not going away.
Well,
Live with it.
I just want you to know that it's okay that you're annoyed by it, and it is lazy. Because it isn't. It like, first off, he's on another team now. We're moving on. What are they going to do without him? We're going to use the guy we used most of the time while he was here. Not a bad sort of way to go back to. And I think what we saw last night, and obviously they gave up a shorthanded goal with Oliver Kapanen scoring, I think, his first goal in the NHL.
Yes.
Was it his first?
Yes.
Not bad. I was shorthanded.
No.
They looked messy. And it wasn't until the second power play that they actually got sustained, like, set up zone time in the offensive zone.
Austin on the first power play was awful.
Yeah, he couldn't just get a pass to anybody.
No.
Couldn't contribute to like a zone entry.
Couldn't receive a pass.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was, but the Leafs went as he went. They weren't great in the first period. He was bad. They weren't very good in the second, and then in the third, he was one of the better players on the ice, and the Leafs were the better team.
And it was nice to see him and Willie get the empty netters. I like when your star players get to add the cookies to their just like their total.
Willie had 3 points, and I'm like, when?
Right. I feel like they deserve it. I always just do that in the video games. Like when the net's empty, I give it to the star player as opposed to like to somebody lower in the lineup. But
that's such. We're the same person.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what I've been getting in my TikTok algorithm recently is people talking about getting into wrestling matches with like their stuffed animals and deciding to put the strap on them. Deciding, you know what? I'm going to put this teddy bear over. They're going to pin me for the 3 count and they're going to be the new Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
That you are like, you know what? This will make that digital character feel good.
Yeah.
Feel good about themselves. They've had a hard year. They've had a hard year.
That's legit what I'm thinking about. And like I said, we did it as kids, you know?
Yes.
You want that star player. Get your first goal off the board. You know, he's got that empty nether. Yeah. And I feel like when Austin and Willie are getting those extra goals, like it only compounds. You know, when you're at that level and we know they can score goals, you just want to give them a little push so that he's got that first one. And now it's not a damn narrative on sports radio. Austin hasn't scored in a week to start the season. Yeah. He got one right off the bat. Yeah. We're good. We can move on.
He didn't have a shot through the first 2 periods. That empty netter might have been his first shot. I can't remember.
Honestly, it might be. I can check.
But like, here's how lazy it is
on the power play, and I think it went off the heel or something like that.
It's so lazy because that if you're going to say that, even though he scored, I think that narrative is actually still relevant. He scored an empty net goal, but
he scored.
Screw it. Like, I'm sure he feels great about it.
It doesn't sound as clean. Oh, but he hasn't scored on a goalie. Like, it just kind of
gives a damn.
Gives a shit. We've seen it happen before.
Fine.
So
with the power plays, just the stats you're talking about to back up what you were saying, from October the start of the season to January 1st last year, the Leafs had the 19th best power play.
That is
Not great. And it was even worse at the start, and then they kind of picked it up in December, and they ended up at January 1st, the 19th best power play. From January 1 to the end of the season, number 2.
Wow.
Only behind the Vegas Golden Knights during that stretch from January to the end of the season.
It's actually kind of ironic.
Right?
Worth mentioning, that empty net goal brings Austin within 18 of tying Matt Sundin for the all-time Leafs goal scoring lead. So we could see that
420?
We could see 420, 421 around Christmas.
Blaze it.
If things go well.
Wow, hey.
You had the best, one of the best Austin stats in the LFR about opening night goals.
Opening night, he's tied Ovechkin for the most opening night goals
Ever.
like 13.
In the history of hockey.
Yeah, now, it's funny. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, when's he going to break it? And then a little voice in my brain went, well, not until at least next year, you stupid idiot. But, I mean, it's so impressive.
That's crazy.
I mean, he started his career with 4. It's kind of put him off to a good start.
Yeah, but that's still crazy.
It is not. Ovechkin had 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why his card is worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
I think that there's I wanted to talk about the Morgan Rielly, Mitch Marner power play thing off the top.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say that you could see the rust in both teams' games.
Yeah,
One guy that really stood out for me for the Habs, and it was interesting because
in a good way or a bad way?
in a good way. For not for us, for them.
Got it.
I guess that's a bad way for us. Is Lane Hudson. And there was somebody on Twitter last night who was like, man, they got to get that Lane Hudson deal done. You could tell it's affecting his game, blah, blah, blah. And this is from a Habs fan. I was like, what? He was really, really good. And he had moments where, he coughed it up, or, there's the...
he was one goal where he was on the other end.
On the other end.
Yeah.
But that's Lane Hudson also, right? Like, he's not... I'm not like looking at Lane Hudson going, man, that's defensive great Lane Hudson. I'm not looking for him to do that.
On Bobby McMahon's, he was decorative.
Yeah. But so is Evan Bouchard. And does anybody not like Evan Bouchard?
Yeah.
In the playoffs, he's not decorative.
Well, no.
Mm-hmm.
But last night was so funny. I can't wait to get to that.
Oh, that game is hilarious.
I mean, he's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah.
He's like
a
20,
kid.
21, something like that.
Like, he's taxed with doing so damn much for that team. And he had a ridiculous amount of possession. I think he led the whole game. At least he did heading into the third. But it's a lot of... Like, he'll hit you with a few plays a period where, like, that was good. That was good. That was really good. And then a lot of it is just busy panic.
Well, yeah.
I don't know how he's not exhausted at the end of it.
He's got to clean up the shits per 60.
Thank you.
Right?
Wow. What a great way of putting it.
Like, it's
a lot of shits per 60.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
But I think that goes with a young, high caliber defense. You think about like what Quinn Hughes was when he started, what Erik Karlsson is still at 36.
Right.
Although I think
no, he doesn't panic about it. Though.
He doesn't panic. He just whatever. I've seen scores. I've lost worse games.
We'll get it back. We'll get it back. I'll score one.
Yeah. I think that there is there's such a great player there. We already know that. But now I think year 2, it's not just going to be about can he get to 70 points? It's going to be about, like I said, cleaning up the shits per 60, making it clean. Because here's the thing. Last year, there really wasn't any competition for that spot. Mm-hmm. And now there is. Noah Dobson is 25. He's seasoned. He's been a great player. The Islanders couldn't score for shit last year. Thanks, Noah Dobson and the Islanders, because you torched my fantasy team. He was one of my higher picks.
It's a lot going on with that roster.
Which, the Canadians?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even Frege off the top of the broadcast had to say, like, this is how they're going to divvy up the power play minutes. I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is a great position for a team to be in.
Oh, yeah. They have an abundance.
See this in Formula One all the time, where you got the best car on the grid, and you got 2 drivers who want to win the championship, and they're somewhat equally matched. You're seeing it with McLaren right now. And we don't see it as much in hockey, because hockey is more of a team game, whereas racing is a little bit more, you're on a team, but you're still racing for yourself. In these scenarios, Lane Hudson and Noah Dobson both have healthy confidence in themselves. They're both looking at each other and going, yep, he's on my team. But when it comes to that number 1 power play spot, that's freaking mine. And that's what you want your best players to think. And what's going to be interesting is come game 40, come game 60, who wins that spot?
It was clear that in game 1, it was Lane Hudson's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it was his.
And it should be his to lose.
Go out there and it's yours. Yeah. So he's going to have to play his way off of that spot.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
3
yeah.
minutes he played on the power play as opposed to Dobson's 59 seconds.
He's just taxed with so much. And there were a few times where like there are going to be limitations to his game. There was one in the third period where it's a loose puck board battle and it's Lane Hudson and Matthew Nyes. LMAO.
Those are different
Like,
species.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nyes just goes, thanks.
Yeah.
And gets rid of it because there's probably there might be a 60, 70 pound weight differential.
Mhm. And like if you're the Canadians, you got to say, we want this kid to develop in a player that is not going to be able to give up the puck so easily to Matthew Nyes, you know? And he's not there yet, and there's room to grow. And if you want to extrapolate that to the contract, it's probably why the contract AAV should be held a little down, because there's still a room to grow for this player, and he has to prove that he can be that player, because he's not that guy yet. It's not saying he can't get there, but he's not there yet.
That's
just
why if
don't
I'm him,
understand.
I don't sign an 8-year deal.
I don't understand where the fire is, like for either team.
I don't
Yeah.
either. I don't either. Well, so interestingly, yesterday, I mean, when I tell you I got unhinged DMs, I have never seen unhinged DMs like I've seen in the last few days. Some of them were really cool, and I was teasing them and they were teasing me or whatever. Some of them were like unhinged, like you need help. And it was Habs fans upset about the fact that we would even dare to talk about the Lane Hudson negotiations. And it's so interesting because
What?
Because I remember we had Jesse and I had that debate.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, like, you know, that is kind of so. Darren Dreger reported literally yesterday that they've pulled his agent off of this, and that Cortex, which was funnily enough founded. A lot of people were very condescending in my DMs about that too. Founded by Kent Hughes with Darren Ferris.
Okay.
They're like, so that'll get a deal done. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything.
Oh, well.
They're on different sides now. But anyway,
Where is it?
Darren Ferris.
Does your girlfriend go to another school as well? Like, where is it?
Darren Ferris is now overseeing, along with a couple other agents at Cortex. So Sean Coffey is now off, and both sides. And listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. This week was not the first time that any of us had heard that these negotiations had gone south. We've been hearing it for not weeks, over a month.
Yeah, and I hope, like, CJ's whole episode today, like, the title is about Lane Hudson.
Oh, really? Oh, I can't wait to hear
so
it.
they're going to go into that on
You guys know so much about this network.
You can go into that on detail on the CJ show, listen to that. And Dreger's words yesterday on Overdrive were, I honestly think it's been reported on well and fairly. There's a lot of emotion in that negotiation. The family is heavily involved.
No shit.
And I think that wisely, both sides have said, let's just put it on hold for now. It's a bit of a spicy meatball now as far as the overall look of this thing. So I think they needed to calm down. And then CJ today on the CJ show goes into further detail on how spicy that meatball actually is.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. Now,
So
I mean, it won't get
it's
done.
not fair that you're receiving backlash for just saying something quite similar, right?
Listen, sports is a religion.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And so if I'm telling you something about your religion that you don't like, then you're going to react irrationally. I don't take it personally, but it is one of those things where I was it was like, how dare you even talk about it? You're some Toronto loser. And I'm like, you're listening to my Toronto Loser podcast.
You know,
and no one's forcing you, but I'm looking at this. Hang on.
Sorry.
I'm looking at this and I'm going, I have never seen this before. What's different about this situation? I've seen pissy negotiations. There's plenty of them every year. I've never seen an agent removed during. Removed during and stays with the agency. I saw Max Pacioretty fire an agent.
Yes, you've seen,
but removed, and
the agency going, let's get another guy in there
because the family doesn't want this guy, and that's really. I mean, listen, we weren't kidding when his dad was on Grant McKeag's show. It's like,
dude, it's weird.
You can imagine that his
weird
family is really involved. Look at that show.
It was a super weird interview. Really weird.
Yeah. And so it is something to watch. It is a big story. Do they probably get a deal done? Of course. He's an RFA at the end of the year.
I mean,
who's got the hammer here?
He doesn't have a whole lot.
Yeah, I think what I said on last episode, I think still holds true, despite that the fact that like the negotiations were a little contentious when they were happening. And now that there's a pause, they're going to come back. And I think at the end of the day, everything just gets resolved and it's fine because Kent Hughes is a great negotiator. And this is his agency that he used to work at. He knows everything. Like everything's going to be fine. But it doesn't mean that there weren't points where things got personal.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
there's two options here, and I think they're both difficult. Both parties get over themselves and get a deal done now. Or, and this might be even harder to do, just forget about it. Like,
Well,
just forget about it for a while.
You could have a situation like what Jeremy Swayman had last year, where you could be in camp next year waiting for an extension to be done. Like that could go it could go that far. Nobody thought it would go that far with Swayman.
I see, Steve, what you just said, except both sides get over it and do an extension later. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I think it lands. I think
Watch, he'll sign right after the show's.
Oh my gosh, I hope not. I hope it
could.
I hope like randomly we'll hear a couple rumblings and machinations, and then
good word.
they sign, and that's it, and we kind of move on. And this is all in the past because this happens in negotiations.
Yeah,
we know both sides start at other ends of the universe, and eventually, when like deadlines clear the mind and things come together, everybody's kind of reasonable. You hope that in the end, the family part of it doesn't get in the way of them being reasonable. And usually it doesn't when cooler heads prevail. So that's where I think it's going to land on.
Right. You just need the family to be cool. And we've seen that it's difficult for families to have children.
What said during these negotiations is going to be the Hudson Camps, Mike Babcock put me on the fourth line for 2 games. That is what I want to know.
Yeah. Hey, I want to know, and I was going to start the show today with a list of centers that the Canadians can trade Lane Hudson for. Sidney Crosby's going to be a great Penguin.
So,
Lane Hudson's going to be a great Penguin.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh,
Crosby's
man.
I think that's where that deal might
Would you
start.
trade Lane Hudson? No. Would you do it for Sid? Oh,
I think so. I think so. I think I might.
Oh no.
So Hudson, we talked about the good and the bad, and I hope Montreal Canadiens fans heard the good. And
no, they only hear the bad.
Well, I hope we were decently.
Most people were hilarious, by the way. I did get some unhinged ones.
Of course.
Yeah, I want to say that. Yeah.
Man, you know who just looked cooked?
Who?
Last night. And every time you call this player cooked, he leads the league in goals that week.
Patrick Laine?
Only on the power play, though. Not 5-on-5 goals.
On the power play, he has a touch of death.
Yeah.
He has. It's funny. He could play until he's like 55 years old because his greatest attribute is just standing still.
It's like Ovi.
The problem is he's doing that all of the time.
Yeah.
He's the most big for nothing player in the league. Yeah. That offensive zone penalty was awful. Led to a Habs goal. So, you know what? Great job.
He saw that coming. You could say that's great vision.
100%. He's on the fourth line.
Yeah.
That's an expensive fourth line. I think it was like, is it 18 million or something like that? Or 16 million?
Yeah, per year. No,
that's what I mean.
No, it's over 8.
Well, he's over 8.
He means the entire fourth
Jake
line.
Evans, Patrick Laine, and Josh Anderson are all on the same line.
It's an expensive. It's probably the most expensive fourth line in the league right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Man,
and
Jake Evans is good.
Patrick Laine on the back check, and listen, I know Matthews had the edge on him, and it's an empty net goal, but Patrick Laine that was a guy masquerading as a back check.
He's good at one thing. It makes me sad. Like I was kind of watching that last night, and I don't know if it was ever close, like between Austin and Laine.
But it was a fun debate for a season.
It looked like it, though. Mm-hmm. That Austin would have a great game, and then you'd watch the highlights, and Laine had a great game, and they went back and forth and back and forth. Like, it wasn't until, I would say, at least year 2 that Austin, like, really obviously pulled away. Or year 3, maybe even, because then the Jets went deep.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
And he was a factor in that.
Man, he's that player... he's one of the hardest to explain players of his generation.
He's on the last year of a deal. What's interesting is if he gets 25, 30 goals again, because he's making like, what, 8.5, something like that?
8.7.
So in the new cap era, that might be worth that.
He's just platinum.
He might still get his number.
He's platinum Nick Robertson. Like,
yeah.
He's going to score. Crazy shot. Where do you got him? Do you trust him?
I know. Well, and you especially compare and contrast that with a guy like Demidov, who looked very good yesterday.
He's going to be sick. He's going to be disgusting.
That is the player I think the Jets thought they were getting when they drafted him, and I think that's the player he could have been. And I think, I wonder what those years in Columbus did, like having him at center and all that stupid shit they were trying. Like,
This guy, he played like a full year there.
yeah, like ridiculous. And so I'm not like blaming this all on him, but I do think for the Habs to be successful, you have a rookie at 2C, right? That's not ideal. As good as Oliver Kapanen is and was and will be, you want to have Patrick Laine, if you have him in your lineup, you want to be able to trust him in the 2L in a spot. Like you want him up there playing with Demidov and potentially a center that you trade for mid-season. I don't understand. Like I
wonder if it's a road game thing. Like
because you can
last protect him at home.
You're line matching Laine.
You have to
in game one.
You didn't trust him in the playoffs. You have to.
Well, he was injured in the playoffs, but also bad.
Okay, what's he now? Just bad?
I don't know.
Maybe just bad.
Maybe it's always an injury.
That might be worse. Just bad is worse than injured.
I'm looking at this Habs situation, and it's a very rose-colored glasses outlook, but the Laine thing is kind of a good thing. I don't know. I shrug my shoulders at it because I say he's making that $8.7 million for this season, right?
Oh, because one day it'll be someone else.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to win the Stanley Cup this year.
No.
It's fine if they don't win the Stanley Cup as long as everybody improves, everybody gets good. That contract's out the door. Maybe come the trade deadline, maybe come it's guaranteed in the offseason that's out the door. And that $8.7 million matches the back of the jersey of somebody in this league, but it matches the cap space that they can use to go get a bona fide second line center. Like this team is primed to be so good next year because Laine isn't there anymore.
Yep.
And all you got to do is stomach this year, let him score a bunch of power play goals. If he's got to be a fourth line player for that money, it's okay. Send it out the door at the end of the season or at the trade deadline. I don't know. The Habs can just trade this for draft picks, and this is a good situation for them because their cap situation is perfect. They're really under the cap right now with that money on there, and then they can reallocate that 8.7 to hopefully 87.
Well, it's going to go. All of it's going to Lane Hudson.
Laine is going to love San Jose in
All of
March.
it's going. Yeah, he is.
He's going to love it.
Zach Bolduc, by the way, what a great trade for the Habs. Man, that guy looked good.
I hated that trade. The moment it was made, it was so obviously a win for the Habs.
Yeah, that's a monster.
Yeah, really good player.
Deal.
I wasn't shocked at all he scored.
On the Leafs, I want to talk about the emergence of Matthew Knies, and not that we're like surprised by it, but that goal, which I believe was the second goal.
Which one? The Riley one?
The one where he was, the Riley.
Yeah, the breakaway. That was 3.
So what was amazing about that play, and everybody's talking about Riley, and we should talk about Riley, but what was amazing about that play is Knies gets away somewhat clean. I think it's Carrier following him in without a stick, and
Lane.
Is it Lane?
That confuses me every single
Lane
day.
catches him and tries to move his body, and I definitely think that messed with the play. And it was at least he's trying, right? He's trying to get back.
Of course.
But what was great about Knies on that play is if you watch his eyes in the replay, his whole body shifts, but his eyes never leave that puck. And what I have to give full marks to was the fact that he kept it. He never gave up on that play. A lot of guys would have just skated in the corner and then swiveled their head and looked and waited for other guys behind him. He stays with it, stops dead, and is able to kind of shovel pass it over to Riley. And it occurred to me, and I said it on the live stream last night, like sometimes you don't know what you don't have until you have it, right? So sometimes you don't know what you have till it's gone. Sometimes you don't know what you never had. Right. And I'm trying to remember the last time the Leafs had a legitimate power forward option, and it is pre-salary cap in my mind. You're talking...
Does Gary Roberts count?
I think it's Gary Roberts. I do. And then before that, I think you're talking like Wendell Clark in his prime.
Cap era.
We've not had... this is a legitimate physical power forward.
I'm trying to think of who was even close.
Nobody. They were always kind of smallish.
Yay, Parento.
Yeah, maybe JVR was never very physical.
No.
And he wasn't as good a skater as Knies is.
The names my brain is spitting out there. I'm having a vicious argument inside my head right now.
What?
And just going, those are stupid. Ponikarovsky.
No. They wanted him to be that, but he never was.
No, I think they maybe thought Colby Armstrong could be. Dude, no one's close.
No one's close.
No one's close to this type of player in the Cap era.
And a play like that
Loophole even.
can really only be pulled off by a few players that are big and can do that. And you look at what the Caps did with Tom Wilson on their run to the finals and multiple runs before that, and Tom Wilson's still running around out there now.
Yesterday.
He scored last night, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He kills people. I think there are only very few of those guys, and I can remember growing up and watching the Brendan Morrison. Was it Morrison, Naslin, Bertuzzi?
Oh no, yeah. Sorry, you're right.
Todd Bertuzzi was like a force.
Yeah.
And I know everybody talks about the Steve Moore stuff, but like you got to remember what Todd Bertuzzi was before that incident.
Well, it was part of the reason it was such a big
unstoppable.
deal.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just that it happened; it was that a star did it.
Right. And he couldn't be stopped. He just could not be stopped. And I think that I'm hoping Matt Nyes is able to get to that point because you can see the physicality and the gifts there. I also want to do a big shout out to my boy. And there were so many people that even went to Jesse's stream. They're like, Calle Yarncroke just scored and Adam's
Hell yeah.
Adam was so hyped about
Yo, man,
Yarncroke.
I was happy for him.
And we got an answer. At the end of the game, when you got to take Michelli off that top line, who's your shutdown right winger? It's Calle. He's got a spot on this team, man. He's a very useful player.
I'm curious about you guys like Morgan Riley, who had the toughest of tough years last year. 2 points last night.
Best Leaf on the ice.
21 minutes. He looked good.
Best Leaf on the ice, like by far.
His best game in like a calendar year.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, it might as well happen now.
Yeah.
It'd be tough if we were like best game in a calendar year was from January. Like it's good sign. You can tell it felt unreal. Like he reacted to scoring that goal last night. Like remember Nick Robertson scored on Andrei Vasilevsky and he celebrated so loud he scared Vasilevsky. He fires it in
forgot about that.
off the wing and you can hear the mic.
Yeah, just went that punch.
Vasilevsky,
We could hear him on the screen. You can
he's
hear
like, it's December.
but he needed it.
Whatever way he needed it. Riley needed that.
Yeah.
Game winner too.
Now, what did you guys think of the Domi, Robertson, Joshua line?
I mean, I don't think any line really impressed me.
No.
So like it's
Not
hard,
even the best ones.
hard to pick on that one. Joshua, it's funny. It looks like he's still trying to figure some things out, but I think he's going to kill a few guys this season.
Yeah. Well, I wonder too one day if they don't try like you need Robertson in there because you need depth scoring, but
I
if
don't
you
like
put
that configuration at all.
if you put though like if Lawton comes back and you put Dakota Joshua, Nick Waugh, and Sammy Blais on a line,
There you go.
that's a mean friggin' line. And I was really impressed with a couple of plays Nick Waugh made last night, and his
Yes.
body positioning is always very good.
Bobby McMahon had an excellent night.
And he was scratched to start last year.
Yeah, and it looked like he wasn't necessarily safe from all that. Like, yeah, he's on the second line for now. It's definitely not a guarantee, but to see him, like, he was powerful on the puck, and to score a goal that wasn't just like a snipe off the rush. Like, you got to be able to score different ways in this league. That was really encouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess, your guy Willie, first star, goal, 2 assists, not a bad way to start.
Was he the first
They
star?
gave him that's so.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did he have?
Why? It should have been Morgan.
Were two of
Probably
those
should have been
points?
Morgan, yeah.
Were two of those points empty net?
One
was
did he
the
get
goal.
Did he get an assist on Matthews?
I think he might have.
Oh my God. So yeah, 2 of them would have been empty net. So yeah, he sure.
Just 1 point on that line.
He
you
was
brought
fine.
Up. Based on how Berube deployed them, what we were saying before in the preseason was correct. That is actually the fourth line, the Domi line.
Yeah.
They played the least amount of minutes.
Yeah.
Like just by how Craig Berube uses them, he's using them like the fourth line, and the actual fourth line is playing like the third line. So I think it's very obvious what he thinks about those lines there at the bottom.
I don't understand why they let losing Scott Lawton change their entire plan for what the roster is. I love Lawton. I think he's going to be a really useful player. I don't know why they decided we need to change 3 out of the 4 lines because our fourth line center's injured.
Yeah, it was Dakota Joshua, least amount of minutes all last night, 9:36 he played. Nicholas Robertson, only 10:01. So those two players, they're bottom of the even ice.
I like seeing Joshua on the
time on
PK
ice.
last night. Like I don't know. It's hard to point to anyone who had like a bad game.
Or
Really.
but nobody had a brilliant game.
No one, it wasn't cohesive at all.
No.
I don't think. Like you said, the first
I think
period
both
and a
teams
half
were
were a
awful.
mess. And-
Yeah, two best players on the ice, I think, for both teams were Montembeault and Stollers. I thought Montembeault was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I thought
Kapanen.
Stollers was sharp.
Kapanen had a great game.
Yeah, he did.
Kapanen had a very good game.
He was spectacular at first.
Riley,
first goal.
McMahon.
Yeah, Riley too. But it's
Maybe-
first game of the season. You can't take too many things away from it. And
No.
I'm glad the Leafs came out with a win there too. Like back to like the empty net, monkey off the back thing. It's good to start the year on that note where you're not in your home building and you lose to Montreal and then everybody's got this bitter taste in their mouth. It's good to just pick up that win that maybe you shouldn't have had, but you played well enough in the back half of the game to pick up the win. It's a good solid victory for team morale.
And if they lose that game, how many people are poking fun at the Let's Go Blue Jays thing?
Yep. Morgan said it. He said it in the post game. He was like, I've heard that chant before, and it was in a negative way early on in my career.
He's right. Wow. Yeah, he was part of those teams.
Yeah, he
was
said
part of
it because they used to do that to chirp them because the Jays would be doing well.
Because they were ass.
Yeah, and the Leafs
really
were
bad.
ass, and Morgan hasn't forgotten those moments.
That probably would have been, I'm going to guess, fall 2015.
Yeah, 15 and 16.
Because Jays would have been in the playoffs and the Leafs would have been starting a campaign where the goal was to be last.
And Morgan would be the only guy old enough to be around for that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Willie was drafted, but he wasn't there.
He's the last guy on the roster who would have been a part of those chants.
Yeah.
That man has been through the trenches.
Yeah.
Yes, he hates
You
a
know,
miracle.
I give him a hard time, but
Yeah.
dude.
And Morgan Riley is kind of the through line for this game, I think, for everybody who's watching this thing, because last season was so tough, and for him to have this resurgence, and it's one game, but for him to start here and be like, okay, Morgan's kind of back. Maybe he can actually elevate his game at 31, heading into the later stages of his career. Maybe there is another level he can get to.
George Springer did it.
Honestly, it was a great game for him.
This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Now, listen, it's the start of the season in hockey, but it's the playoffs in baseball.
Oh,
Your mental health goes up and down with every pitch.
I could feel my heartbeat. Like sitting perfectly still. It was crazy.
We make those jokes, but sports is so much of an outlet, and I think sometimes we need an outlet, as in like a third party, to kind of look at our lives and go, "Hey, what do you think of this? And what do you think of that? And what do you think of my behavior here?" And going to therapy for me personally, they were like, "Hey, man, did you realize you have generalized anxiety?" I was like, "No, but it would explain why I'm anxious a lot." And here's how you deal with it, and it gives you tools.
Can you just blame that on the Leafs and move on?
I mean, I think they have some share in this. Like, I do feel like maybe if we were to sit down with the Leafs, I'd be like, you own a little of this. Like, I can't give it all.
A little of this, but that was
Pay
my
for my better help.
Yeah.
that was my breakthrough. I was like, I don't think this is just the Leafs.
Right.
So BetterHelp can help you because you can get matched with a therapist in like 24 to 48 hours. There's 30,000 credentialed therapists. So there's a wide range of kind of specialties. And the thing about therapy that's always really, really important is you need to have a chemistry or a vibe with your therapist, right? You got to feel comfortable with them, feel like you're getting the feedback that you need. So if you match with somebody, it doesn't work out, you can get rematched with somebody else. And because it's all online, it's on your schedule. So late at night, early in the morning, middle of the day, whatever it is you need, it can be voice, it can be video, and it can be text. It's all up to you. So we want you to give BetterHelp a try. Visit betterhelp.com/STP to discover your green flags and get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/STP to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's betterhelp, HELP.com/STP. Before the game, the Leafs announced some additions that we kind of already knew about. This one specifically, Mark Giordano joining the Marlies as a coaching advisor, but some interesting names that you might recognize if you're of our era of NHL. Steven Reinprecht of Calgary and Colorado fame. I think he played in Florida a little bit too. And Eric Lacroix, whose dad engineered the 1996 Colorado Avalanche to the Stanley Cup final and their win. And I think Eric played on that team, have joined the Leafs as pro scouts. And Michael Kotkaniemi has joined the organization as a European amateur scout. Now, I'm assuming there are not many Kotkaniemi
Yeah,
families.
did you check it?
I did not check it. I wondered if you guys knew it. But I'm assuming that Kotkaniemi is not like Smith, where there's like a million people with the last name
I think
Smith.
it's his dad. You'd be able to find that on Elite Prospects, I believe. It's one of the best features they have. Is you can.
Father. Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
The Leafs have Jesperi Kotkaniemi's dad.
Does that mean Jesperi's coming to Toronto?
Oh, you know it. Yeah, when I think of Craig Berube type player,
It's
it's Jesperi Kotkaniemi.
We love a smallish forward in the bottom six.
100%. Ryan Precht is a name I recognize, not necessarily from his playing. He had 663 games played. That's a lot more than I thought.
He's a good player.
He was part of a Rob Blake trade between LA and Colorado. He was part of a Chris Drury trade between Buffalo and Calgary. He's been part of some pretty big deals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching him, and I liked him and Milan Hajduk, both in Colorado and in Calgary. Remember Milan Hajduk was a Calgary Flame for a bit?
You.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. No, I do remember
wild?
that.
Yeah.
That's very off-putting.
Michael, by the way, Kotkaniemi was the head coach at the World Juniors for Finland this past year.
Oh.
So wait, who in the Leafs hired him?
Yes, as a European scout.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if we
Head
see a
coach
lot
of
of
Finland.
if we see a lot of Swami names coming up in our drafts in the future, we'll know where they came from.
Well, so it's interesting because if you look at some of the guys the Leafs have lost recently, they have not drafted well out of Finland, and they've taken some big swings. Mikko Kokkonen was a 3rd or a 4th round pick. They already don't have him. Topi Niemela was supposed to be a big deal, 3rd round pick. They don't have him. Roni Hirvonen was a 2nd round pick. He's gone already. The Leafs have done extremely well in Sweden. They've been brutal in Finland.
And it seems like they're pretty focused on those Nordic countries because they drafted a kid out of Norway, the 2nd rounder last year, right?
But where does he play? Sweden,
Aha.
where they have had a lot of luck.
Okay. Interesting. Well, good for them. Now, I also want to mention quickly before we move on to the Oilers is the Leafs are the heaviest team in the NHL this year. 210 pounds on average.
Beef! Love that.
Do you think that Brad and Craig have a type?
We'll never know.
That's a very big change from 2 years ago. Like that is a huge change from the first
It's
Brad
legitimately
Treliving
funny.
roster
Yeah.
versus now is crazy
It's
different.
legitimately very funny that they went from a team known for being small to literally the biggest.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. When you have to go play the Panthers and AJ Greer decides, I'm going to take a run at your guy, which he does, and he does very well. No disrespect to AJ Greer.
Well, when they do, make sure you apologize to no one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the Leafs have got to use that, you know?
They planted their flag.
Tampa used to be huge and bastard-like, and now they're smaller and still a bit bastard-like. You're going to have to use that.
Apologize to no one.
Now, my question is, if you look at last night, did the Oilers make a mistake in signing Connor McDavid? Because are they sure
They're 0-1 without him.
Are they
or
sure
with him?
Are they sure they want to do this? Does the team look ready? Coughed up a 3-0 lead, and what's crazy about it is Gridden from the Calgary Flames, who's like a lot of people would not have heard of this guy. I certainly hadn't heard much about him, I'll be honest, but he made the team, scored the weirdest goal right off a knee, and then had a couple of other rush chances for Calgary. Connor Zary smacked one out of thin air, and then this is the bad one. This is the one that Oilers fans were really upset about. Beginning of the 3rd period, Oilers, remember, after the first, were up 3-0. Then it's 3-2. They go 3-2 to start.
Early in the second or halfway through the second. They were up 3-0.
Oh, even halfway through. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry.
What I mean is by the end of the 2nd period.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
They were up 3-2 instead of 3-0.
Oh.
And then beginning of the 3rd period, Stuart Skinner misplays a puck, and it looks like he thinks Evan Bouchard is going to take the puck into the corner. So imagine Stuart Skinner, if you're seeing this or listening to this, you can see Stuart Skinner at the top of his goal crease, kind of sort of just leave the puck there. And what's great about it is when he leaves the puck there, he also leaves his legs open. And Blake Coleman, who is closely following Evan Bouchard, gives that a nice little poke check, and it goes in. And that is 40 seconds, 39 actually, into the 3rd period. What a friggin' goal.
Why
Oh my goodness.
Would Bouchard play that puck?
That's a dangerous play for Bouchard. Like,
Yeah.
just look, he's there.
Leave
Cover
it.
it up.
Just leave it.
Cover it up.
If you
Right
want
there.
him to play it, leave it.
So on a simple dump in, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna put the puck in front of me and not do anything with it.
He doesn't put it
Like
to the
what?
corner. He doesn't do anything.
Like, Bouchard's swooping in like, I'm taking this.
No.
And Skinner, like, look at how confused Bouchard is. Look how confused he is. Knees perfectly straight.
Just sit on it, man.
As always.
Oh gosh.
Weirdest player. He's going to put up 85 points this year.
Wait, who are you putting this blame on?
I'm putting that on Skinner. Because what's Bouchard supposed to do?
It's on Skinner, but Bouchard is just visually very funny.
Yeah, because he's covering off the angle.
Yeah,
but
no,
I don't put that on
Adam, he's
Bouchard.
always visually very funny.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, but like,
Fair. I'm
This
going
is-
to the wall for Bouchard here.
no, yeah, Stuart Skinner messes this up.
He does. Like, I mean, those guys.
Like, look, what are you doing?
Those guys know if something was said. Like, maybe there was a miscommunication, but also, okay. So Skinner's corralling this because he's afraid of danger.
Yeah.
Why are you still standing?
That there's no explanation for what he's trying to do with the puck here.
You have two options here: clear it or cover it.
Yeah.
And he chose, which was the secret third option.
He chose neither of the good
The
options.
secret third option of,
Like he just puts the puck in front of him and then stands up and is like, okay, everybody take this. And nobody knows what to do. Well, Evan Bouchard doesn't know what to do. And then Blake Coleman's like, okay, I guess it's mine.
you stood up
And
for
it's
the
a goal.
purpose of what? Why did you stand back up? You would have been better off covering this puck.
I think
Oh no.
You know-
The guy you took the puck away from makes $10.5 million to play defense.
and by the way, Connor Zary, like just a little flip.
One more angle.
This is a hilarious goal. Objective.
It shouldn't have even been a rebound, for God's sake.
Yeah, maybe just cover the puck and take your lumps and take the face off.
I think
what?
you could be forgiven for handling a wobbly puck weird and just covering it for a whistle.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Take the darn face off. Who cares?
Yep.
Like, what are you doing here?
When was the Oilers' last normal
That looks like a
opening
control-
game to a season?
That looks like a controller unplugging. Like it's like your controller's low on battery. Like that. Look at him. He just gets back into like your hockey card goaltender position, right? Like, oh, look, he's posing for team pictures.
So Bouchard had a clear plan. That's so
Where's
funny.
he looking?
No, Bouchard had a clear
Staring
plan.
down Blake Coleman, Jesse. Obviously,
He just completely
Goal with
panicked.
his eyes.
Completely panicked.
Now, Stuart Skinner said after the game that
Oh,
this is something
no.
he would be able to correct pretty easily. He's like, obviously, you just put it in the corner and blah, blah, blah. He's like, that's an easy one to correct.
Even if he just dumped it into the open corner and Coleman is first on the puck, it still would have been better.
Right. And
That's what he did.
I'm not mad at the Grinnon or the Zary goals because the Zary goal was crazy and the Grinnon one was just went off a knee. Like, I don't know. He's never scoring that
Goalies
goal.
allow
Like,
goals. It's okay.
But that goal you can't allow. And then, you know, it was so interesting because Edmonton fans lost their minds because obviously goaltending's been a major issue for the Oilers for a while. And
Who?
says their goals against average.
Not Stan Bowman. That's who. That's
Yeah,
who
except
doesn't
for the
say
guy
it.
that matters. You're right.
Stan!
So
Stanley boy!
And then-
the goaltending!
and then Kadri
God.
won it for Calgary in the shootout.
The
So
longest shootout in opening day NHL history.
how many to go?
Really?
rounds
It was like fucking 20.
And Skinner
Matty,
was, by the
pull
way,
up this.
Skinner was really good in
This is
overtime.
the shootout log. It's
Wow.
McDavid, Kirkland, Draisaitl, Frost, Nugent Hopkins, Anderson, Tomasek, Coronado, Howard, Grinnon, Savoy,
Also, Howard did play.
Serkovich, Bouchard, Zary, Kapanen, Kadri. Unreal.
I love watching out-of-town shootouts because you learn things about teams that you didn't know.
Are you saying Justin Kirkland?
Justin Kirkland shot first?
Yeah,
All right. So he, like, what is he, your UC Jokinen?
he might be. Blake Coleman didn't get a shot at all. I don't know if Blake Coleman stinks on.
He's pretty good at poke checks.
Yeah, Calgary going Kirkland, Frost, Anderson.
I liked Morgan Frost goal. Did
Wow.
you see it?
You
Yeah.
went
It was good.
fourth liner. I don't know where Frost is playing defenseman. And like Oilers had McDavid, Draisaitl, Nuge, and lost. That's crazy. Thomas Eck shooting fourth is crazy.
Hockey's
too.
crazy.
Hockey's insane. And the
Justin
shootout
Kirkland.
is not hockey.
Justin Kirkland versus Connor McDavid.
Yep. they coaches looked down their benches and went, all right, best player alive,
Yeah.
Justin Kirkland.
That's the battle I want.
And guess which one won? Well, neither of them scored.
Justin Kirkland in the end wins.
That's so insane.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Hockey's dumb and I love it for it.
Like, I get why Oilers fans are upset. I also get that there's a contingent of Oilers fans who are like, guys, it's game one.
Yes.
Also, let me just say this. Also, it's the Oilers in October, man.
You watched
They always
the game,
are bad
though.
in October.
You invested 2.5 hours in a game your team should have won.
Handily.
Or even just held on to win. And they blew it because why? The same thing you've been complaining about for like 3 years. That's why they're mad.
So you're saying they're justified.
100%.
Anyway,
final.
it really, of course, Cup final. They also re-signed Matthias Ekholm yesterday. Steve, you did a video about it.
I did. It was really good.
It was Ken Holland's best move as Oilers general manager.
Handily.
And,
Handily.
you know, he's getting up there in his career, but this guy's been to 3 Stanley Cup finals, 1 with Nashville, 2 with the Edmonton Oilers.
All right.
And that's a pretty good number for what this guy still brings.
I mean, yeah, he signed till he's 38, so obviously you expect a decline there. The cap's going up and his salary's going down. That is a fine deal.
Ekholm at less than 4% of the cap. So listen,
Yeah, yeah.
for years you could say that the Darnell Nurse deal, just in its AAV, not his play on the ice necessarily, has held them back. And I feel like now we can put that to bed, because if Darnell Nurse is a little overpaid, I would say Matthias Ekholm is going to be underpaid. And now we're not, and also the cap's going up. Now we can't use that as an excuse anymore.
Wallman's pretty market value.
Yeah, I like Wallman a lot.
Yeah, they have a pretty solidified top 4.
Yeah, really exciting. Kulak is also, if he hasn't re-signed yet,
And he's there.
Jack Roslovic, who had a 20-goal season last year in Carolina, or 20-plus goal season, also signed yesterday. Oilers were very interested in him to start free agency. He rejected their offer, fired his agent. Now he's there. You have to imagine that for the season he had last year, getting a 1-year deal at like $1.5 million is not how he envisioned this. But this is...
He's doing the smart thing.
Go to the Oilers.
Did you get shafted? All right. Go to Edmonton. Play in their top 6, and if you're lucky, second power play unit.
Did you see the Mangiapane goal last night?
I did not.
McDavid across ice to Mangiapane, who just roofed it, and you could tell satisfaction about doing it against Calgary.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, he's going to have a good year. He's
Oh,
going
yeah.
to get to play, like, listen, he had a good year last year with Washington, but he's going to get to play such a different role with his Oilers team. Like, I'm actually, I think that might be like a good fantasy.
Like, who's gone to Edmonton in that forward group and like had a bad
Jeff
year?
Skinner.
Skinner, Arvidsson.
I guess, but like,
It's not a long list.
I think the default is you go to Edmonton, you play a little with Connor and Draisaitl, and you're good.
And he was,
You know,
Roslovic was scratched for a few playoff games last year, or for chunks of it. So I don't know specifically, like, I know how Carolina plays as a team, so I would imagine that's defensive related. I don't know that he's going to have to worry so much about that with the Oilers.
He might be a perfect fit. Might be a
like-
completely perfect fit. And
Oh, are you all gas? Welcome to oil country.
yeah, well, leave those breaks wherever you're currently staying. Leave those breaks in Ohio, because we don't have those here.
Yeah.
Skinner made, I think it was 3. Arvidsson made 3 or 4. Roslovic 1.5.
Oh, it's a steal.
It's a
Total
joke.
steal.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
Let's talk about Mitch Marner and the Vegas Golden Knights losing their first game against the Kings, although they did have a really good comeback.
It was 3-0 Kings when I checked in.
Yeah.
And then I saw it was in a shootout, and I said to myself, okay, what happened?
So Marner. So first off, congrats to all the Dorfe of fantasy holders.
Thank
'cause
you.
Holy shit! What a night. 3 goals. Marner got a secondary assist on the third Dorfe goal, and then a tie, and then he assisted directly on Eichel's goal. And this was something that their general manager addressed in the press conference with Mitch Marner, which was, who's going to shoot? And he's like, one of them's going to have to. And Jack Eichel has a great shot.
Both of them should friggin' shoot.
Yes,
They can both shoot.
the pass to Eichel was vintage Marner. It was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And Eichel put it in. You could tell they were both really pumped. Obviously, LA The thing that's getting the most play this morning is that Marner was the last guy in the shootout to take a shootout shot, and they lost.
It's not hockey.
Was that game televised?
The game was televised.
Just to correct you on how the game went, it was 2-0 Kings, but then the Golden Knights went up 5-3, and it was a comeback by the Kings to force overtime.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So double comeback.
It's comeback, comeback, and then bigger comeback on the other side.
Not I wouldn't say the best goaltending performance from the Knights. And
Game 1.
It wouldn't shock me if there's an addition there.
We all know they're doing.
Yeah, signing Carter Hart. Yeah,
you still can't play till December.
Yeah, but I will. I looked at that. I'm like, well, Carter Hart's a Knight.
Like it's. There's a number of reasons why you should consider not doing that, but one of them is, all right, so our solution in net is coming in December. What if we suck ass for 2 months? That feels bad.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
I mean, they'll probably be fine, but what if they suck ass for 2 months?
I wouldn't
need
bank
saves
on that.
I also wouldn't bank on that. Like Aiden Hill is very likely going to the Olympics, but you don't know. I was begging for Canada to use him, and then Binnington ended up being the best player on the ice. Interesting outcome.
I don't know.
There.
I don't know. It's game 1.
It is game 1.
Yeah. I don't think that's fair to say, like, hey, you might be awful. Every team might be awful. 32 teams might be awful.
No one is at their best.
Yeah.
No one.
Looking at obviously the news with Eichel re-signing earlier in the day, I'm curious to hear what you guys thought of the term. $13.5 million. We talked about Laine and Matthews. People forget McDavid, Eichel were 1-2 the year before that. And Eichel is now officially making more than McDavid.
Knew he'd be better. He's got a cup. He makes more money. Knew it.
It's a longer term deal and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But $13.5 million is $1.5 million more than the guy they just got. Will there be some upset feelings?
First of all, yes. Second of all, I thought it was very funny that some stars around the league allowed the will stars start taking less because of McDavid. They allowed that narrative to fester for, I'm going to say, less than 48 hours before going, pay me my money.
Yeah.
Kyle Connor, Jack Eichel. Nope. We're correcting the market. He's the exception. Shut up.
I think it's fair value.
I think it's a little under what Jack Eichel provides.
No question.
Like I think he's taken a tiny hair of a discount here at 13.5, especially seeing where contracts are going. And Jack Eichel, like, I'll always bang this drum, is underrated in terms of his talent, just playing hockey. He, through the neutral zone, it's like McKinnon, McDavid, and Eichel. And he should be in that conversation in terms of his skating abilities. He's such a unique skater in how he skates upright more than any other player, but it lends him to this skill where he's able to protect the puck better than most any other player in this league.
And I think narrative-wise, Jesse, I don't know if you'd agree with this, what happened in Buffalo seems to color how we in the East see Jack Eichel, because they were such a non-factor when he was on the ice. And then, of course, the messy divorce there. I mean, anybody that watched that Golden Knights run to the finals, or even anybody that watched the Golden Knights second round loss to the Oilers last year, Jack was still one of the best players. He just couldn't score.
Yeah, if we're ragging on East Coast media here, I'm asking you to stay up a little later and watch some West Coast games. There was a moment last season where Jesse Granger in The Athletic wrote an article about how Jack Eichel should be a Hart Trophy candidate. And it was in December last year. And in that December article, he pointed out that at the time, Jack Eichel was on a 111-point pace. And Jack Eichel was doing this. He ended at 94. So things kind of tailed off. The Hart Trophy bid kind of fell. But in that article, he had a little chart there. It was about D-zone starts. And at that 100-point pace, Jack Eichel was starting in the D-zone 16.7% of his starts. In comparison, Kaprizov was starting at 9%, Connor McDavid starting at 8%, McKinnon's 9%, Kucherov's 8%.
Wow.
That's 16% double what the other superstars are doing, is because Jack Eichel is the true 200-foot player that you're asking for out of a first-line center.
Wow.
And he's not appreciated like that in the NHL. So that 13.5 he signs for yesterday, I think it's underrated for the talent you're getting on the ice. That's a dude who's already proven he can win a Stanley Cup as the first-line center. He's the star on that team, and tremendous value. Great job for the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Selke?
Wow.
He should be in that conversation. He never is.
Selke bid? Last year, 1 goal in 11 playoff games, 9 assists.
No, but
10 points.
they needed him to score. They did. Like, that was the thing against Edmonton. They just couldn't score.
Well, how about
They
you
were so
settle
injured.
for my line mate's score? He 43 points in 40 career playoff games. And I think
but it was a good trade for Buffalo.
Oh,
I keep hearing that from Sabres fans. Oh, you don't understand.
I-
I understand perfectly, actually.
I went over that in the video. Yikes.
So here's the deal. Okay. Alex Tuck goes for probably 10, right?
Tuck is like far and away the best part of that deal for
Yeah.
Buffalo. Peyton Krebs has a career high of 10 goals and 28 points with Buffalo. And then one of the draft picks was traded for Jordan Greenway, who also has a Sabres high of 10 goals and 28 points. There's another prospect too. I forget their name.
Well, if you add them all together.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is how you look at it.
Have Jack
but
Eichel and Tage Thompson down the center.
yeah, it's not
You
close.
figured it out.
It's not close. Tage Thompson at that ripping cap hit too. It's not close.
Yeah, well, usually when you trade the best player in a deal, like, this is the thing.
You lose.
You lose.
Like far and away.
Hey, the Leafs traded the best player in the Mitch Marner thing. Are we happy that Nicholas Waug's here? Absolutely. Would Nicholas Waugh be like, yeah, I'm comparable? No.
No.
Where
That's-
do you sit on people calling it a trade? Technically, it's a trade, but he should have.
It's a trade. It's a trade. It's
It's
just
a
it was a free agent signing a year in the making.
Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Mitch Marner signed with Vegas as a free agent. The Vegas Golden Knights traded Nicolas Waugh to the Leafs for future consideration.
Because they felt bad.
I think it
We
has-
can't do you like that.
I think it's two things. They had no cap space. They literally had to, and they're big cheaters.
Yeah. Yo,
Big
honestly,
dirty cheaters.
I'm not, as a Formula One fan, the whole thing in Formula One is here are the rules, and they have entire departments dedicated to how do we get around the rules. What's the loophole? Engineering, cap, because they have a cap in Formula One as well. How do we do this? The Vegas Golden Knights operated like that, and so did the Lightning, and so did the Panthers. And what happened? They all won. They all won. People are like, they cheated. No, those were the rules.
Yeah, no,
And-
they
and-
didn't
and you know
literally
what-
cheat.
You know
I
what
should
makes
say.
me salty and fucking mad?
What?
That the Leafs didn't.
Yeah.
Why didn't you take advantage of the rules? Oh, well, that's not the spirit of the rules. Who gives a fuck what the spirit says?
yeah.
I want what's word for word what it says. If you're not doing that and the Leafs didn't, you're not doing everything to win.
No, the
You need to do
Panthers
everything to win.
The Panthers broke me. I'm fully in my Sith era. I friggin'
Dude,
please cheat, please injure your opponent, please do whatever you
Lou
need to do.
Lamoriello's been doing it for years.
Hmm.
Lou Lamoriello broke rules that were not rules.
Yeah, employed Scott Stevens.
No, man, the Kovalchuk contract.
Yeah, that too.
That wasn't illegal. And they're like, it's illegal. But it's not. Actually.
Well, we're punishing you.
Yeah.
We're not punishing you.
Kyle Connor's contract with the Winnipeg Jets, I also wanted to touch on. I mean, this guy has been, it's so funny with him because in Winnipeg, God status, right? He's what they wanted Patrick Laine to be, but they got it from him.
Way too slept on.
Quietest 40, 50 goal guy in the entire league. In terms of national exposure. And somehow, some way was not in the Four Nations final lineup for the finals.
Never interrupt your enemy when they're in the middle of a mistake. Thank you, Team USA. He finished second. I think it was tied for second in goal scoring by an American last year. Do you know who was first? Tage Thompson, who didn't even make the team.
Wow.
What are you doing? No. We need 6 minutes of Matthew Tkachuk and last year's version of Chris Kreider. Out of their minds.
Well, I mean, it's not like NHL general managers are known for adjusting on the fly with the results in front of their eyeballs.
Just an insane decision.
Yeah.
Insane decision.
I mean, to be fair, So was starting who Canada started. It just worked out for them.
Fine. You know what?
That was Jordan Binnington was an insane decision, and it will be at the Olympics too. But it worked out for them, so now they've got a proof. At least they got proof of concept, right?
It's just crazy.
But crazy. Kyle Connor and what he means to the Jets too, because this is a team that a couple years ago, Mark Chipman is talking to. Mark Chipman is talking to.
I heard it. I wasn't going to say anything.
Chris Johnston and saying, we're having trouble selling tickets. And, a couple years ago, we had the Scheifele and Hellebuck extensions, which in retrospect are like the best deals in the league. Crazy. I want to say for Jets fans who, don't get a lot of national play, don't get a lot of free agency consideration. The guys that play there want to stay. You look at Velarde, Iafallo. You look at Stasny when he got there. There is something about Winnipeg that it's not Florida, it's not Nashville, it's not Dallas in terms of or Vegas in terms of free agency.
Not a high turnover rate.
But yeah, when you're there, it's like the players seem to be like, no, I'm not leaving. Why would I leave? And they have created a winning culture. And yes, they haven't won the cup. But year after year after year, they're not just making the playoffs.
They're in there.
They're top of the division.
Yeah, they're in there.
It's
President's Trophy.
Yeah,
counts for something.
It means something for sure.
Second round, third round. Man, the one that got away, and I don't want to turn the knife for Jets fans. 2018 should have been theirs. At least the Cup final. Marc-Andre Fleury kicked their ass.
Yeah, that was a crazy team.
It was a crazy team. The Jets that season were so OP, and it should have been Jets Capitals.
Yep.
And
I wonder if
Fleury said no.
I wonder if the Jets would have beaten them. I wonder about that team.
We'll never know.
Yeah. Anyway,
do you guys know about KFC? Kyle F. and Connor? Because I just learned about it the other day on stream when somebody was telling me about it.
Oh, so I did know that the Jets had a sponsorship with KFC. I didn't know that was why.
It's because it's Kyle F. and Connor.
That's hilarious.
So I just discovered that 2 days ago. And then when this extension happened, they shot this video with KFC. And it was on the Winnipeg Jets Instagram.
Hi there, welcome to KFC.
Hi, can I get a Kyle Connor extension, please?
For sure, coming right up.
So that's the drive-through of the KFC asking for a Connor extension. But yeah, apparently it's a thing. It's a big thing, Kyle Connor and KFC.
Well done. And there's a reason they say it. He's from the video that I did yesterday, he's top 15, I can't remember the exact number, in goals over the past 4 seasons. He's also top 15 since his sophomore season, which was, I think, 2017-18. Which is extremely high. He's top 10 in shots over a certain span. This is an elite goal scorer. He's making fair market value.
And what's great about, this iteration of the Jets is they're able to hang on to these guys. That was part of the problem with the original Jets. Dollar also, people think the Canadian dollar is bad now. Mid-90s Canadian dollar was
like 60 cents.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was bad.
Brutal. So yeah, really, really cool. Excited to see that. And couldn't be happier for Jets fans. Now, it is making next year's free agency class look not just so generational. And I wondered about this because, we've heard Pierre LeBrun, I think the term he used was they're keeping their powder dry in reference to a couple of teams for next season.
I have never heard that saying in my entire life.
Well, because gunpowder, if it got wet at sea, you couldn't fire cannons. So you keep your powder dry so you can. Oh, that's
the oldest thing that's ever been said on the podcast.
I don't care for that.
Yeah,
at all.
Okay, well,
I know
I don't need that phrase.
I love that.
I know you were shouting at the TV.
Yeah,
Pierre, that was sick. Oh shit! Did you, Steve? You hear what Pierre said? That was so metal. Keep your powder dry.
Actually, if we're being serious, it's lead. But anyway,
oh my God.
I am curious now if you're an NHL general manager, like you're Brad Treliving, and very clearly the Leafs are hunting for somebody in their top 6, unless they have found it in Matthias Michelli, and they won't know that until the end of the season. Do you wait till next summer, or do you think, you know what, I'm just gonna, whatever I got, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get that now.
It depends on who's available. You know, if that right player is available now for some assets, then you go do it, because you can't trust free agency anymore. You never know if those guys are going to get to free agency, and you think like, oh, the big fish is going to be out there, and then they make a decision to either go to a team ahead of time and do a sign and trade, or they decide to stick around. So you can't bank on these guys being available.
The Leafs did their best. Like, teams realized, okay, the premium is guys with term. We got to charge an arm and a leg for that. That's why the Leafs paid so much for Brandon Carlo, a first, and Minton, who's a good prospect, a first, and Grebenkin, who's a good prospect, for Scott Lawton. And eventually you just run out of picks and prospects. So you go, okay, let's go bargain bin shopping. And you get Dakota Joshua for I think a fourth. And you get Matthias Maccelli for a third. Like, I just don't. You could, I think the big fish within the Leafs range are going to be UFAs at the end of the year. Like, I just don't think they're going to be able to afford to go out and get someone who has term, and they're going to be left to spend their money in the summer. Yeah. I mean, you don't have any picks left. Like, what are you supposed to do? You don't have any picks left. You have like 2 prospects left of note. I don't know how you're supposed to take a big swing there.
I'm trying to go to 25, 26 free agents reset dashboard for.
There's going to be players.
Yeah.
Not Connor, not McDavid. Not
Yeah, it's
Eichel,
interesting.
I'm
Kaprizov.
Are you there?
I'm having a hard time.
I feel bad watching you struggle.
It's like saying like Matthews and McKinnon on the free agent dashboard. So I'm like, that's not right.
That doesn't.
Depending on the season he has, Scott Lawton's going to get like $6 million. I'm not kidding.
Well, if who was the guy that
Christian
signed
Dvorak
in Philly? Yeah.
Who would you rather have?
Oh, Lawton.
Yeah. 6. Generously. I don't know what happened there. We're all rusty.
There you go. You want this?
Yeah.
There you go.
So Panarin's still available, but he's going to stay in New York because all Paul Theophanos players stay in New York.
We don't know that.
He's staying in New York, especially with Kaprizov off the market. Nietzsche's in Colorado is so interesting. They have to re-sign him, but I think that number is going to be real high. Ovi, this could be his last year. Kempe and the Kings apparently are in the $10 million range. Kopitar's last year.
That might be a discount.
Tuck could go to 10 with Buffalo, we've heard. And then it's like Nick Schmaltz, Patrick Kane, Anders Lee, Matt Zuccarello, John Carlson, Evgeny Malkin, Claude Giroux, Jamie Benn, Jaden Schwartz, Mason Marchment's up. Like JG Paget. Like, it's not.
We already got to that area where it's like, this isn't a shiny.
It's just a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
A lot of middle of the lineup guys.
Yeah. Hey, what do the Leafs already have?
Yeah.
Middle of the lineup guys.
Kiefer Sherwood is a guy that I would love for them to, because if he makes it to free agency,
there's another guy.
Freaking love that guy.
He's going to get like 5.
Bring Bunting back?
Where's he playing this year?
Nashville.
Really?
Yeah,
he was traded there to Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Represented by Paul Capizano, winner of 2025 award for most Italian. Good for him. Yeah. Oh wow.
Hey,
yeah, it's a hard drop off. Oh, Adam Lowry, that's a big name.
Kane's available, or Line will be available.
Mm-hmm.
That's Andy Scott, who is also the agent for Leon Draisaitl.
Christian Dvorak can make 7 because he's going to be available again.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want me to just keep scrolling.
Well, I'm looking at this.
This is a tough list.
So
man.
Jesse, if you go to, can you do it by position? Is it possible to just have defensemen?
You just want defensemen?
Yeah, because the forward group is good, but I'm assuming Tuck and Kempe and some of those guys are going to re-sign. Like, I don't sense that they're not going to get those deals done. But we know Rasmus Anderson, unless Calgary is putting 8 years in front of him, according to Pierre LeBrun, is gone and will be traded. Is he traded as a rental, or is he traded as a guy that signs an extension? Those are 2 different trades, right?
Yes.
And if he is traded as a rental and does go to July 1st, there's a lot of teams that could use a guy that is supposed to be a number 1 defenseman.
The price for him with an extension should be extortionary. Like, well, I think it needs to be at least 2 first-round picks. I'm not kidding. Like, it's Rasmus Anderson and with term.
Right shot D, 28 years old.
Who does a little bit of everything. Extortionary.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. What do you got, Jess?
I got the defenseman filter on.
So John Carlson will re-sign in Washington. There's no question. Grzelcyk, I mean, he just signed a $1 million deal in Chicago. Darren Radish, Rasmus Anderson, Mike Matheson's an interesting one in Montreal.
This is sorted by points. Let me do it by cap hit if you want.
Do it by cap
That'll probably be better.
So Carlson, Trouba, McDonough. So Trouba's interesting. Jamie Alexiak, Ben Sherratt.
The top 5 guys or 6 guys are all on the wrong side of 30.
Anderson is going to be the big fish unless he resigns. Connor Murphy, Nick Jensen, Radko Gudas, but he'll want to be in a quiet market.
This is the problem with unrestricted free agency in the NHL. Almost all of them are on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah,
that's how long it takes to get to free agency.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I'm not seeing guys there that are huge needle movers. They're good players, but like we're at like, oh man, Colin Miller's up, Sam Malinsky, Zach Bogosian.
Who's going to give Goodbranson $5 million?
Somebody will. It'll be Steve Yzerman again.
He's 33. I'm going to die tomorrow. I'm so old. Kessel, you could sign Kessel.
Matthew Kessel.
Don't ruin it.
You can sign Phil too.
You can. Phil would come back.
That's the whole list there.
This is not a generational
58.
free agent class anymore.
Yeah,
this is a very underwhelming free agent class. Now, the person that decides to go to July 1st is going to get paid an absolute ridiculous AAV. The thing, though, is that if you want that 8th year, and that's a lot more money, then you got to re-sign. And I think maybe perhaps the reason we're seeing a lot of people resign is because this is the only year where 8 years is available.
Right.
And then maybe in 2027 we'll have a fun free agent class.
You know who this is great reason, or you know who this is great for?
Who?
Teams who suck. Because all these guys are hoarding all their good players and they're keeping them and they're re-signing them, and names are just falling off the board. And all of a sudden, like, the Islanders are going to get such a dumb price for Anders Lee if they choose to trade him.
What's Mario Ferrero going to get?
Mario Ferrero, who I still think the Sharks are going to keep, but like...
If he was available, though?
Well, and the Sharks are also in a position where they're like, we could keep him. Like, even they're in a position where they're like, we could just keep him. Like, what if we just did that? Raquel, Malkin.
Yeah.
It's a good year to be bad.
The most interesting part about free agency... Shea Weber's 14-year contract finally comes to an end.
And who did he sign it with?
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, there you go.
Offer sheet. Yeah. Offer sheet that the Preds matched.
Who currently has Shea Weber's contract?
Vegas?
Those are your final guesses?
Yes.
Vegas.
Chicago.
Yeah.
How did it get there?
A couple different ways.
Okay. Not worth it to go into, right?
No,
Yeah.
I just wanted the 14-year thing. Like, it's over finally.
That's a producer right there.
Yeah.
You went,
What's next?
Taze is day-to-day in Calgary, so they're without, or in Calgary, in Winnipeg, so they're without Lowry and Taze, I think, to start tonight. But there are 14 hockey games tonight. The Montreal Canadiens are one of the teams, I think Vegas too, playing back-to-backs to start the year. Mm-hmm. I guess if there's a time we want to play a back-to-back, it's at the start of the year.
I guess.
The Leafs have another 15 back-to-backs.
It's gross.
When are they going to call the NHL and go, what did we do to you?
Every year. Every year is when they call them up and say, please stop.
The other thing I want to say is that it seems like the Leafs are attempting to be likable this year, and I appreciate that. And I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the actual Leaf brand. The social media has loosened up. It's not Robo-Leafs. Here is the final score. This person scored, and that person scored, and here's the blueprint. They are actually trying to have a personality. Now, that's not going to be for everybody, but I have to tell you, that's great. The other thing I loved last night is they put the friggin' Blue Jays game on after the game and let people stay and watch.
They didn't kick him out. That's the decision.
That's so easy to do.
That's what you do.
But they would never have done that before.
I don't know.
Well, it could be a security risk.
Jays and Leafs were never good at the same time.
No, but that was not their MO before.
No.
It wasn't. This is about the Leafs and no one else.
Are you saying you love Rogers?
I'm saying that I
Roam from home.
I like the marketing direction they're taking. I do. I really do.
Who's putting money in your back pocket there, Adam?
Well, listen, I also want a helicopter. All right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't need to go all the way to the Middle East to get one.
What would you say
Oh, no.
Rogers ignited your love for Rogers?
You know what? I feel like as a proud owner of Canada's team,
yeah.
you know,
Adam's like big Keanu Reeves person.
big. Oh man, it's so funny. He's playing the bass and then he's playing video games.
Okay,
Bass,
so I'm gonna shit you, bitch, yeah. And I'm like, when did he forget to act? Like
Yeah.
for commercials.
Man, what did they pay him for that? That's what I gotta know.
They paid him like 3 cell phone bills. Like it's not any kind of money.
Yeah, for them.
You know, like
Oh.
no, I mean like for them, they made that back in like a week.
They made that back in the time it took for him to sign it.
Like who cares what they paid him? They could have bought Star Wars instead of the NHL rights.
$40 billion company. I think
They got money.
Yeah, this is the last time I'll bring it up, I promise. The Rogers versus Rogers book. Okay, so the
not the
audio
last time.
book.
Yeah.
It's the last time.
Hey, what?
Steve reads one book a year and then references it for the rest of the year.
Wow.
Fact or fiction, Maddie?
What?
That Steve will continually bring up the one book.
Yeah,
a year he reads.
There's never such thing as like not circling back on the show. No offense.
Interesting.
I love you guys so much.
Oh, yeah?
I say
For a
that
long
respectfully.
time.
Yeah.
The only book Steve read the 1 year was his own, so that's all we heard about. That's
true.
You know what?
That's national bestseller to you.
That's
Jesse.
100%. Don't trust me. Trust the cover. It's the whole Rogers versus Rogers book. It's just him.
Did you read it?
I did.
Okay.
It's just him taking a can of Axe body spray and a lighter and spraying it at a bunch of money. And it's 10 hours of that if you listen to the audiobook.
Yeah.
What's crazy about that is all the money he burned, he made back as soon as the Shaw merger went through.
Oh, I know. Like
Tenfold.
you're just like, wait, how does he still have money? Oh, like just
Because he got the Shaw merger done and then they're fine.
because nothing's fair
And like
at all.
the different assets, they just print money like the Blue Jays.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the franchise value of this team is just going through the moon every year. Like you own the team that broadcasts the thing, you sell the tickets to the thing, you own the whole conglomerate. You own every commercial that's airing. Like it's ridiculous.
He took like the whole plot of that McDonald's movie and just applied it to sports teams instead of McDonald's. And I think it's working out.
Anyways, Adam's in love with Rogers.
Very much.
And the product they're delivering.
Big Rogers
globally.
guy. And I do want to say it. No, I think that's Keith Pelly in there, man. I do think that he's about that. And it's nice to see the Leafs doing something for the fans, which is, I hope we see more of that. Are the Leafs trying to be likable? We'll find out, but I think so. They've been a little bit cold in the last 10 years. They were a little cold. The players were great. Can always love the players. It was just the brand. I'm like, we're acting a little high and mighty for a team that's not gone to the second round very much.
It's as simple as this. As a fan, I want to feel wanted.
Yeah. Oh,
Have
it was
you
pretty
felt
clear that they
wanted?
didn't. It's pretty clear they're like, you're getting in our way. Give us your money and get out of our way.
Like that Dreger quote from a few years ago. I know he doesn't work for the Leafs, where he talked about the unwashed. Like that really resonated with a chunk of the fan base.
I was mad about that.
That's how we felt we were perceived. When really we just loved the team like anyone else.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm encouraged by the direction they're going in. I mean, listen, Brad Treliving's coming on a show on our network, and does that happen in past years? I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay, I think that's all I got. Now, I do want to talk very quickly about your Alexander Ovechkin rookie card. Now, the story behind this is that there used to be 2.
Oh, I know. It hurts my heart.
And Steve, you got your hockey card graded. Your OV rookie graded.
This card, I bought it in a box of cards. Upper Deck Series 2, 2005, 2006. I got it for $42 off eBay. I pulled an Ovechkin Young Guns rookie card. A new card store opened up pretty much in my neighborhood in Ajax, like right at the Go station, called Rival Cards. And I was like, hey, like, do you guys grade cards? I've never gotten one graded. And graded is like they judge the condition of your card out of like 10.
Right.
There's a few companies who do it, Beckett, PSA, and they go, we don't, but we can send it off to get graded. And if you bring in your collection, we'll have a look at it and we'll tell you the ones that are worth getting graded.
Oh, cool.
I somehow pulled 3 Lane Hudsons. None of them. And they're looking at the cards, and it's not because I was rough with them or dinged them up. It's the way they're cut in the factory.
Right.
If they're frayed, if they have too much material, too little, the way it's printed on the card, if it's a little askew, if it's a little liney, all the Hudsons, they're like, yeah, those will maybe be 7. I have a Lundqvist. No, don't send that off. I have a Stamkos. No, don't send that off. They look at the Ovechkin for 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God. And they go, Steve, I can't give you the official score, but I think this, if you send this off, it's going to get at least a 9.
Ooh.
And 9 is worth dinero.
Mm-hmm.
So I go, okay, 9 would be lovely. Let's send it off. So I send it off. Then they're like, hey, we have your card. You should come get it. As I'm driving there, I'm like, now if it's less than a 10, someone's got to catch these hands. Because now
you're jacked.
Amped about it. Pull it out of the envelope. 10.
Oh.
Mint condition. Ovechkin Young Guns. Greatest goal scorer of all time. About to score his 900th goal. About to retire. About to go in the Hall of Fame.
It was worth hanging on to for 20 years.
Once he's in the Hall of Fame, it might legitimately pay for the first year of both of my children.
Well, yeah, what's it worth? What's that worth?
I was told that a 10 out of 10, a PSA 10 out of 10 Ovechkin Young Guns card sold at a card store in Aurora a couple of weeks ago for $8,000.
So here's what I'm going to tell you.
Gosh, darn. That's a lot.
You need to put that in a safety deposit box.
It is not in my house.
Good.
It is in a safe, and that safe is not in my house.
Good for you. Yeah, that's like having a Rolex. Like you don't you hide that.
It is in the hard plastic case that they sent it to me in, which is in a soft plastic sleeve, which is in a metal case, which is in a soft plastic sleeve, which is in a safe, which is in not my house.
Wow.
Yes.
Good for you. That's amazing. Now, only if I would love to know what the other one would have gone for.
I know. Why
did you sell the other one and how much did you sell it for?
Needed the
that's
money.
The funniest part of this story.
I needed the money. I had a second Ovechkin Young Guns, and I sold it for somewhere between $45 and $90 when he was a sophomore and he had a down year from his rookie year, and people were like, maybe he was overhyped.
Oh,
this should be the exact card that you got right here, right?
Let me see. Yes.
Yeah. So currently, because you FaceTimed me when you got the news yesterday, and I got to see the card with the PSA 10 on it. So currently, the PSA 10 OV 0506 Upper Deck Young Guns card is going for on eBay for $6,500.
So this is interesting. See it where it says PSA 10 pop.
Mm-hmm.
That means population. So when I got my card, there were only 1,347 of them in the world. Now there's 1,348, and I think mine might have been the 48th. There might be, or maybe there's another one, but I was told that is a really low pop, like really low population.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like how many exist?
Yeah. Well, because they get lost. They get destroyed.
Kids, water, whatever.
Dude, I had a flood in my basement.
Yeah.
I more than once since 2006 lost this card and couldn't find it.
Wow.
I moved twice. I have kids who destroy things. I don't know if you know that about children. And it survived nearly 2 decades in perfect mint condition, and the pure luck of just the way the card was cut.
Mm-hmm.
All those other cards I brought in, I kept in great condition, and I was a good boy, but none of it would have mattered because maybe it was cut shitty. This card was cut perfectly, and I kept it in perfect condition for almost 20 years.
Multiple moves.
Over the moon. It is the most valuable thing I own that isn't my house.
That's cool.
I lease my car, so it's the most valuable thing I own that isn't my house.
That's awesome.
Dude.
We're happy for you. That's great.
And the best
It's
part.
worth more than this company.
It's 100%. Best part of this, I have so many hockey cards, and it has always bothered my wife because it takes up a lot of room in our house. Yeah. And she just immediately was like, this legitimizes everything about your obsession. And I went, God, I wish I was recording that. Thank you.
Yeah, you should apologize to me.
Thank you. So you won't believe that she's happy too. Oh, yeah. No one has to apologize to me. I just found out I got a 10 out of 10 Ovechkin.
That's sick. I don't think you're ever going to see this money.
No?
You know who's going to see this money? Leo Dangle.
Oh, yeah. You don't think Steve's ever going to bring himself to sell it, huh?
You're going to give that to Leo, and it's going to be whatever his decision what to do with it.
He's got to go to school, though.
Yeah.
And also, he played goalie this past weekend, and he told me he liked it.
Uh-oh.
So that might just be how
that next year, man.
Yeah, but either way, it was that's the best $42 I've ever spent.
Do you remember that debate we had about a parent catching a ball and then them selling it for the $150,000 or whatever it was? We did that on VIP. Yeah. Adam, you really don't remember?
I do remember that.
Vaguely, yeah.
What was the game? Was it a football?
It was baseball.
Was that Paul Skeens?
It was. Yeah, or was it the Paul Skeens?
Paul Skeens was they
card.
offered him like they were like, here, we'll give you pirate seasons.
Oh yeah. So I actually got it wrong.
The owner sucks.
Yeah, so the Paul Skeens cards, because they lived in California and they're not like Pirates fans, but they pull it out of this thing. And the kid pulled it. Remember? He pulled it out of the box.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well, we're gonna sell it for the money.
I think they got $1 million or something.
Yeah.
Like
or they got a lot. But this kind of feels like that, about like you pull this card and it's yours.
Oh yeah,
but like, you're gonna keep it because it's yours. It's not a pass down, right?
Well, I mean, eventually I'm gonna check out. Probably, like I don't know, unless they invent something. But like my kids are gonna go to school, so like the only reason I would sell it is because of that.
Yeah.
And if
then at the end of the day, that goes to them.
If I'm doing okay enough that I don't have to do that, it's theirs. I'm never selling it.
Hilarious.
Never selling it.
Absolutely hilarious. Crazy.
The luckiest damn thing in the world.
That's awesome, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, very, very
This is sick.
Are we wrapping up the show?
It justifies everything. Yeah, we're at 150. We got a show tomorrow.
Buy hockey cards. Follow your dreams. I already had a friend who he was like like he wants the card bad. And he was willing to trade crazy shit for it.
No.
And he ain't getting it.
No.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.